This is the Kitchen Sink WP podcast, episode 258.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. We have the technology.
Why, hello everybody, this is Adam Silver, the host of the Kitchen Sink WP podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. We have one WordCamp next weekend. WordCamp Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. It's, I didn't know exactly where it was. I knew the name. I thought it was Spain. It is Spain. It's one of Spain's Canary Islands off of northwestern Africa. I looked it up. That would be amazing to go to. But I also looked up the price of that flight, even with my discount, and it's not going to happen. So, yeah. But if you're going, let me know. That'd be maybe next year. I got to plan that. We go Gran Canary Islands. That's awesome. All right. In the news, moving on here, segment 1, WordPress 5.1 Beta 3 is now out. And what was new there? Oh, they've done some more patches. It's still in development, of course. It's still on track for February 21st to be released. Site health check was one of the original slated features. But a PHP error protection handler. There's a lot of technical stuff in this. Anyway, it's going progress towards that. Some additional changes. Tiny MCE has been upgraded to 4.9.2, and the block editor had a couple of bugs that were fixed as well. So check that out. Again, February 21st is the release date of 5.1. That's the target date. What else? Oh, yeah, an update real quick from the news perspective. My deep dive video for January didn't come out, but it will be out at least one, if not two, this month. I'm still working out a few things on that ACF custom field issue that I was talking about last week or the week before. I did learn more about ACF, and thanks to my friend Elisa, in regards to WYSIWYG as a field option versus just a text field. So that's going to make things easier on me as well. But I'm trying to get it all mapped out so I can then do the deep dive video for you on that. Okay, moving on. Segment 2, the meat potatoes of the show. This week, 9 ways to keep your WordPress site safe and secure. I'm talking about security because I've already had a few people this year reach out to me. They've had concerning behavior to their sites. And I looked into it for a little bit, and they're running some other services, and they ran through security. And everything has been okay for the most part. One was actually a malware-infected site, and we're trying to figure out how that happened. I'm pretty sure we know how. We'll get to that in a second. But anyway, so here are 9 ways to keep your site, just as a reminder, refresher course here, your site safe and secure. So number 1, keep your WordPress environment updated. There's a reason why we have security updates and patches. You should do them. Before you do them, of course, have a solid backup plan. I am a fan these days of Blog Vault. But even if you don't want to pay for a service, you can grab all the files, zip them up, export your database, zip that up as well in one package, and have a backup first. I definitely recommend that. But keep the things, the themes, the plugin, the core, keep things updated because they usually, there's a reason why they're updated. It's security updates and patches. Okay. Number 2, download plugins only from known resources. So if you get a plugin from an unknown resource that seems too good to be true for pricing, then you may come up across malware. And that's, I'm pretty sure, how the one site in question got infected. I'm 99.9% sure that the plugin they used in this case was a bad plugin. So keep that in mind. Download plugins from only good known resources, okay? Number 3, you could install two-factor authentication. And there are different services that do this. Way back in the day, I had a sponsor that had a two-factor type authentication through a text message or through a barcode. There was one called Clef was one. There's other ones out there now as well. You could do two-factor authentication so people can't just start hacking your site without having both pieces of it. Number 4, this is another one that I think might be something that was affecting one of my other clients. Limit how many admins you have on the site. And I'm currently working on this as well moving forward. I don't want to have the God complex. I'm not trying to hold people hostage, but I think too many admins, not the best thing. 1 or 2 accounts tops, but people who update the site often don't really even need to be an admin to do that. So maybe just have one admin account, but everyone else gets, the lower level, an editor, a contributor, subscriber, whatever it may be. But too many admins could always cause a problem because you don't know who's really accessing it and who's sharing that data. Number 5, set your file and folder permissions to the correct values. Folders, 755, files, 644. If you're not sure what that means, you can Google it. It's just the settings on the server through the Unix command. And if those get messed up, it can cause a lot of problems. So if you don't know what you're doing, be careful, be cautious, have a backup. See number 1 for that again. Number 6, you can password protect the WP admin and login. Yes, you can actually do this because it's really simple. How many people know? I mean, we all know to go to the domain.com/WP-admin, and that takes you to that page. Well, you can actually password protect that page before you can actually log in. That is something you can do as well. So if you need help on that, again, just check out Google. Lots of instructions on that. Number 7, WordFence, or any other service for this category, but I like WordFence. They have a free level and a pay level. It'll alert you to when any changes of files have happened or directories. So if you are protecting things and taking care of things, there's no reason not to use WordFence as well, or a service like it. It's pretty cool. I have it on most of the sites that I run because just to make sure, it's just another level of security letting me know that something's changed. I might have made that change, and that's fine, but what if I didn't? I want to know what's going on, what changed. Number 8, change the salts on your WordPress website. Now, the salt keys are defined as the cryptographic elements used to, quote, hash data in order to secure it. There's a way to do this. There's plugins that help you do this. iTheme Security did this for me way back in the day when I was using that. But every now and then, you're going to want to change the salts at least once a year. And we're still in the first quarter of the year, so do it now. Change the salts, the salt keys on your site. It'll help prevent attackers from seeing any of your passwords, or if they have any, they won't work anymore because the salt keys have changed. Not that hard to do. And number 9, take this up a notch. This is taking things to a whole new level. Install and use a web application firewall. This is relatively new, and you can go with, there's 2 different types here. So first of all, let's define a firewall. Firewall itself, as you may or may not know, it's a network security device that monitors incoming and outgoing network traffic and decides whether to allow it or block it, okay, based on a defined set of rules. So with a WAF, a web application firewall, there's 2 types: application level firewall and a server side firewall. An application level only acts on your site and has minimal impact on the server. The server side actually acts as a first line of barrier between traffic and your server. And it costs a lot more to do this, but it offers greater security. So you can look into these. They are coming online a lot in the past recent 6 months, I think. But check into that as well. A web application firewall might be something that you need if you are running a high impact website, e-commerce, whatever it may be. Might be something to look into to go that route. So there you go. Those are 9 ways that I would recommend securing and locking things down and taking care of your website using WordPress. Okay? So there you have it. Keep your WordPress site updated, download plugins from known resources, 2-factor authentication, limit the admins, set file permissions and folder permissions to correct values. You can password protect the WP admin page. Use a service like WordFence, change the salts, and if you want to go up to the next level, implement a web application firewall, or WAF. Okay, so that is it. Hope that helps you this week. Actually, one more thing here. Segment 3, tip and tool of the week. This is cool. I'm not sure who told me about this. It's called Pretzel.rocks. www.Pretzel.rocks. It's stream safe music for live streamers. If you're using anything that I might use this for moving forward when I do the deep dives. YouTube music, Facebook safe music, Twitch, Mixer stuff. You don't want to get a DCMA takedown notice for using music that you don't have license to. This is apparently stream safe music for live streamers, or for I think any other type of video as well. I'm going to check it out myself. I have no connection to it. Someone shared it with me. That was kind of neat. So Pretzel.rocks. Okay, that is it this week. I'm going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email, adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use that speak pipe button on the website. If you want to support the show, you can become a Patreon. Also a link there on the website. You can sponsor the show too, fill out the form. Thanks for listening. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. See you next week. Bye-bye.